Hi everybody, it's Kayjay from Metro Hobbies, and today we're taking a look at the Isle of Cats, which almost sounds like I love cats. But the Isle of Cats is a welcoming or family board game. It is a medium weight game, so it has two versions in it. It has a family version or a quick start version, so that if you haven't played board games before, that's where you would start. It simplifies the instructions, and then it has a little bit more of a challenging version of it. So once you get into it and you want a little bit more strategy, then you move on to that one. So I'll give you a general idea of what the Isle of Cats is. Now, bear in mind, I actually have an expansion in this. The expansion, it really just adds more stuff because it's a 5 to 6 player expansion called The Late Arrivals. Now, the Isle of Cats is a story. There's an island called the Isle of Cats, and Vashti, who is evil, he's trying to take over the island and take all the resources. And so you need to rescue the cats before Vashti comes and destroys them and destroys their home. There is 5 rounds. You get a chance to do this. Now, this board game actually won the best welcoming board game of the year for the Dice Tower. It was just announced at the 14th annual Dice Tower Awards. Some of these components that are in here aren't actually in the base game. They're just little extra parts that I've got, so I'm just going to put them to the side. What I want to show you is that this game has two things that it brings together really nicely. There's what's called card drafting, and there's what's called polynomial games. So I'll give you an idea of what that means. Every player, and these are beautiful by the way, every player has their own boat. So there are 2 sides to the boat. Well, that's upside down. There are 2 sides to the boat. This one is the normal side, I believe, and the other side is the family version, so it's the simplified rules, so that you have like these quick little segments of how you go through it. I'm not going to give you a rules explanation. I can't pack that into a single video. I'm just going to give you an idea. So everyone has one of these boats. There is little places here, like little grids, and what you're trying to do is you're trying to fit cats on here. You're also trying to cover up certain sections, so if you don't cover up the rats, every rat at the game is going to be worth -5 points. If you don't cover up a full room, and there's plenty of little rooms in here, it's going to be worth -5 points. Now, this is the main thing. The main thing you really want to see is the cats. So here we've got a red family cat. Here we have a purple family cat, and you might have noticed they're all coming in a different Tetris, if you like, style, which is known as a polynomial tile. So they've got the yellow family, the blue family, and they all come in. So I've got this giant bag to pick in, and they all come in various different, if you like, Tetris shapes or polynomial shapes. So in this game, fish is the currency. You use fish to pay for cats. And as you get your cats, you bid for the cats, you place the cat on your board. But that's not the only thing you're doing. You're also, in order to actually get cats, you also need to play cards. I'm going to get out a couple of cards just so you see. Let's see, here we go. So these are the different cards. There is a lot of cards in here. I'm just going to give you a quick idea of what card drafting is. Card drafting is that everyone has a set number of cards. So I think it's 7. You look over the cards, you choose 2 of them that you want to keep, and then you pass them to the next player, and the next player passes you, and you choose another 2. Once you've chosen all your cards, you actually have to pay for them. So in these cards, for example, the top here, this top number means that you have to pay 3 fish. But what this card allows you to do is rescue 1 cat because you have 1 basket. This card would allow you to move up 3 different cats and swap them over. So there's actually quite a number of things you can do in this game, and I would suggest, if you want a full rules overview of this, if you look at Watch It Played, the Dice Tower do a nice review of it to give you an idea of what's going on. This is just a really quick sum up, if you like. I want to highlight a couple of things. So these are the components that you do get in the game. These are the little Oshax meeples. This is a purple cat meeple. So what you're ultimately trying to do is rescue the cats, put the cats in the boat. They need to be sorted into families. So red cats like red cats, blue cats like blue cats. And you're needing to complete lesson cards. So you can explore the island, get cards that give you goals, like whoever has the most red cats or whoever's filled up the most space in their board gets 10 extra points at the end of the game. The more goals you have, the more you'll be able to actually score at the end of the game. And there's all these boats are actually a little bit different. They've all got different little markings on them. I have had a lot of fun with this game. I have played it with a number of people. It's always gone over really, really well. I will say that it probably plays best with maybe 4 players, because every time you add in 3 or 4, every time you add in another player, it will lengthen the game because you have to go through another player. It doesn't necessarily make it more difficult or anything like that, just will add some time, which maybe will help if people want to analyze and they get more time to analyze. Just one more thing I'll show you. This is the main board. So this determines the order and who plays. So you actually have to bid for who gets to be the highest first player to choose their cats and who's the lowest. And this just marks which round you're up to. So main thing is, this game is gorgeous. It has 2 versions of it, a simplified version, a more complicated version, so you can up the ante once you know what you're doing. It has beautiful components. It has little treasures you can add to your boat. It has the polynomial cats. Did I mention that it has cats? So many gorgeous cats. This is a super, super popular game that came out of 2020. It won awards, and it's won them for good reason. I highly recommend you picking this up and taking a look for yourself. But if you want to know a little bit more detail, like I said, there's plenty of videos out there. The Board Game Geek is a good place to start. Watch it play, do great videos in terms of actually rules teaching. But at the end of the day, pick it up, play it. It's gorgeous, it's fun, it works for a wide range of people. There's not really much more I can say about that other than I love cats.